All right, thank you, Jen. So my name's Tony. I am the HR coordinator, and I will be going over caregiver guidelines with you today. So it's super important to always be in uniform when you are in your shift. So what is proper uniform? It is the polo that I gave you in the office, a badge, a khaki colored pant, black pant, or whatever colored scrubs you already own, and closed toe shoes. So that means no flip flops or slippers. It's also important to always look clean and presentable when you are working. Have your hair combed or brushed, nails trimmed and short, and remember to use deodorant and preferably minimum to no perfume because the clients can have very sensitive smell. It's also important to arrive on time or even a few minutes early to give you just enough time to be able to clock in and get yourself ready. And if you are running a little late, remember to call the office as soon as you know you're going to be late. So that way, if anything happens, they can find a replacement and notify the client that you may be a few minutes behind. And remember to review the resident care plan. It's important to know what to do before you actually start your shift. And once you arrive, remember, greet the clients, say hello, how are you, good morning, talk to them. You don't want to go straight into work. You want to meet them and introduce yourself to them if you haven't already. And read the documentation log from the previous shift because sometimes caregivers will leave some notes for you that will make your shift easier. And remember to keep an eye out for any change in status or condition, and to clock in and out through Well Sky. So when during your shift, you want to make sure you keep the client safe. You're always paying attention to them and not on your phone, and that you're following the care plan thoroughly. Keep the client in the best shape by keeping them well groomed and with clean clothes, and engage with the client. Don't just sit there on your phone. You want to talk to them, keep them active, keep their mind active, engage in some conversation. And remember to make daily notations in the care plan documentation log. And sit with the client during meals. You don't have to eat with them, but if they want, they might want you to sit with them so that they don't eat by themselves. Even if you're not eating, you can just sit there and accompany them while they're eating their meal, and encourage them to drink water or fluids to avoid dehydration, and encourage them to exercise by doing short walks or arm or leg lifts if they're capable. And in case of an emergency, remember, call 911 first if they are not on hospice care. If they are in hospice care, then you call the Care with Love office at 703-935-4070. Remember, do not use your cell phone when the resident is present because your priority is the client. So, in an emergency, what should you do? So you want to keep the client calm and keep yourself calm because it's very easy to get frustrated or panic in an emergency. Um, don't move the client unless they're in immediate danger. So I used to be a lifeguard, and one example they would always use whenever they tell us not to move the victim is if there's an immediate danger, such as a fire or electricity, don't move them because you could end up doing more damage than good. Note the facts. What happened just before the incident? Remember to just record facts, not opinions. And get the client profile if possible, which can provide more information. And you will need their name, address, and medical history. And remember to follow the instructions and to call either hospice or 911. So remember to stay with the client and to call the Care with Love office. Do not call the family. We will handle that. That is our responsibility. We will call the family and we'll let them know what is going on. And remember to send a DNR, a do not resuscitate, or a list of medications with the client, of course, if possible, if the client is transported to a hospital. Now, at the end of your visit, around 15 minutes before the end of your shift, ask if there's anything else you can do and document in WellSky or the report log what happened during the shift. And remember to keep it factual, no opinions. Make sure everything is put away exactly as you found it, not as you would like it. And clock out using the WellSky app. And remember to record any mileage for the client during your shift. If you took them to the store, a doctor's visit, you want to log those miles in there. And remember, your input is important. So what a family member wants may be very different from what a client wants. And with cell phones, so it's important to always have your cell phones on silent or shut off during your shift. If office employees are reaching out to you during your shift, don't answer until your shift is done. And remember, you're only allowed to use your phone in case of emergencies or if you need to contact us.